Please wait for 5 minutes and we will live. Please wait for 5 minutes and we will live. Please wait for 5 minutes and we will live. Please wait for 5 minutes and we will live. Please wait for 5 minutes and we will live.
Good evening, all.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to the second day of InspiHER CAD Mastery of InspiHER Tech version 3.0. It's a pleasure to see you all again, and I am thrilled to continue this incredible journey with you. Last session was filled with inspiring sessions and meaningful discussions. Today promises to be just as engaging and insightful. Let's dive into today's program. To officially begin the second session, I'm delighted to invite Zahra Ismail, chairperson of InspiHER V 3.0, to deliver the welcome speech.
So, Jakshika, it's me, Chanati Minotma, Vice Chairperson in InspiHER Tech V 3.0. First of all, I would like to say good evening, all of you. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the exciting second day of InspiHER CAD Mastery workshop series organized as part of InspiHER Tech V 3.0. A special welcome to our guest speaker, Ms. Shavindya Herath, Senior Lecturer, Bachelor of Science Engineering Honors in Mechanical Engineering, specializing in Mechatronics CAD Center, who will be guiding us through these sessions. Your knowledge and expertise are what make this series through valuable, and we are grateful for your time and effort. To all the participants, it's a pleasure to welcome you all to our InspiHER CAD Mastery. We are thrilled to have such a diverse group of participants with us today, and we are excited to embark on this learning journey together. We hope you find these sessions informative and inspiring, and we look forward to your continued participation. Thank you once again for joining, and let's make the most of this opportunity. Enjoy the workshop and let's get started. Thank you.
Thank you for being so warm and motivated to start this session. We appreciate your thoughtful words. And now, the moment you've been all waiting for, let's dive into the main part of our event. It is all about how to use tools in AutoCAD. To conduct this event, I kindly invite Ms. Shavindya Herath, Senior Lecturer, Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, specializing in mechatronics.
Good evening, all. Thank you very much. So let's start the workshop now, right? It is pleasure you all meeting in here, right? For these 3 days, I will be conducting you with AutoCAD. I'm trying to cover most of the areas of AutoCAD software, right? I think some of you may have some knowledge of AutoCAD, but some of you still don't know how to use AutoCAD and everything. And for all of these students, I am going to let you know, I'm going to teach that how we are going to use AutoCAD for our civil constructional works and our mechanical works, and also how it is going to be used in our electrical works also, right? So in these 3 fields, we need to have the basic knowledge of this software. So then let's get started, right? So I'm going to share the screen now. Right, I think now you can see my screen. Right? Okay, so let's get started. Let me go to the slideshow. Right? Right. Now, first we are going to look at the engineering drawing overview and basic components, right? So, engineering drawings, etc., the technical words, right? So, these are the technical drawings that show the shape of something, some building or some mechanical part or some other thing, right? Some design for using these are using in interior design field, constructional fields, and mechanical field, electrical, so right. So the shape, then structure, dimension, tolerances, accuracy, right? And there are another requirements, all of these, right? It's a part of the framework. It helps to define the requirements of an engineering part and conveys the concept, right? So now we are going to look at how to prepare an engineering drawing. There are two common methods in drawing. The first one is manual drawing and then CAD drawing. Right? So what's a manual? Manual I think there was a little problem in my network connection, connection problem, right? So let's start it. I'm going to start share the screen again. Right. So as I told you, like seeing or worked with these drawing boards, compass, right, and protractors, T-squares, right, and everything to draw the manual drawings, right? So, but when we are drawing something manually, we especially focusing on drawing techniques and everything, right, rather than the actual design, right? And also we spend more time in drawing these, right? But in CAD drawing, right? When we are drawing something with CAD, using CAD, like actually a drawing like this, the first one, this is the mechanical part, right? Some shape, not this floor plan, right? Actually, this one can be drawn for an experienced AutoCAD designer, like within like 10 minutes, right? It is more than enough, right? So this floor plan can be done with like yeah, how 15 minutes, right? With using AutoCAD, right? So when we are drawing something with CAD, we can fully focus on the designs and everything. Is got take care from the software, right? So in here, computerized drawing facilitates the different versions of the design to be retained, and on the other hand,
I think Madam has some problem in her coverage, so please be online for a few minutes. She will be joining us. Please be online for a few seconds till the madam fix her connection. Thank you so much for the waiting, and please wait until Madam will come and her coverage will fix.
Master your favorite CAD software, even when you have no luxury of time, no big budget. Turn to CAD Center's Essential series of CAD courses. Get certified in CAD tools in just about 40 hours for a fee that fits your wallet. There are no shortcuts. Essentials series of CAD courses are all about focus. Focus on what's absolutely necessary to master the CAD software you choose. Learn 2D drafting, master solid modeling, get trained in finite element analysis and product design, build 3D BIM skills, learn structural design and analysis. Essential series now includes AutoCAD, CATIA, NX-CAD, SolidWorks, ANSYS, Revit Architecture, and STAT Pro. Design Visualization, V-Ray, SketchUp. You can also choose any two CAD or BIM software in a single Essentials course. We also offer Primer, Expert, and JST series of job secured courses. Let time or money not be a constraint. Take up Essentials series of CAD courses. For more details, please walk into your nearest CAD center or visit www.cadcenter.com.
Welcome back to the meeting, Madam.
Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Sorry, actually, I apologize to you too because of like there's a network problem with me in this area currently. I think due to rain or some other problem, right? So moving on to the next slide. Moving on to the next slide. Next one. Next one. Next one. Right, about the manual drawings, right? So I was saying that you have already, you may already use these components and all, right? In manual drawing. So now you know when you like drawing something, as I told you earlier, right? You have to spend more time on these manual drawings, right? With these components, and you have to consider about many things, the alignments and some other things, right? So moving on to the next slide. But in CAD drawing, right? In CAD drawing, it's not like that. We spend a little time to plan the drawing, right? But everything in our design, everything in our mind to this design, we can do this, right? So we can erase this quickly and we can undo these things, like everything we can do properly, quickly, right? Therefore, when we are designing something, this is a best tool to design, right? So moving on. Yeah. So I got through this slide, right? I just told you that computerized drawings facilitates the modification of the drawings, right? And also eliminating the tedious process of the manual drawing. And the 3D model can also be used in machining centers, but requires the engineering drawings to communicate important information such as materials, tolerances, special requirements, etc. Right? So we usually recommend the use of a 3D model in conjunction with engineering drawings, right? That means, right, when we are drawing something, we consider everything, right? The materials, the scale, right? The machining processes, the surface finishes, and everything, right? So then everything we can easily include in these CAD drawings, right? So now we are going to look at what are the basic components of an engineering drawing, right? So moving on. Yeah, the title block, right? Title block. So in the picture, you can see in the blue color contoured area, this is the title block, right? So that means, as I told you, we need to know about who is the client, who is the one like this drawing is drawn by, and who checked this drawing, who approved this drawing, and also what is the scale, and what are the materials, what are the machining, what are the machining processes we use, and what are the surface finishes, and every detail we can include in this title block, right? That's why this title block is very important. The document's title in an engineering drawing block is found in the bottom right hand corner of the page, right? I'm going through this content, right? Also known as the information blocks. It includes the part name, the names of the people who worked on the part, design, checking, and approval, the name of the company, the drawing number, and other relevant information. But in addition, it includes technical details such as the measurement units, the angle of projection, the surface polish criteria, the scale, and the material of construction, right? Title blocks are used for a better understanding of all the parts of the technical drawing, right? I think you're all clear with what is title block. And now the coordinates. In large or complicated technical drawings, coordinates are commonly employed and positioned along the drawing's boundaries. When discussing the drawing's contents, these points of reference serves as a guide, right? So normally when we are putting the coordinates, there are when we are working with coordinates in AutoCAD, there are 3 ways, right? There are 3 methods to use the coordinates. The first one is Cartesian, the previous slide. The first one is Cartesian plane. The second one is polar coordinates, right? The third one is the first one is absolute coordinate method. Sorry, in the Cartesian one, the first one is absolute coordinate methods, and then we go to relative coordinate methods, right? And then we go to polar coordinate methods in the content when we are working with the AutoCAD, right? So coordinates are very important, right? Then the next component is lines, right? So I think you may have seen in the drawings, there are many types of lines, right? Like this. Heavy lines, light lines, some medium lines, right? So normally heavy lines are used for part outlines, right? So normally light lines are used for section lines, right? This is not mandatory, right? All these can be changed with your design. This is your design, so you can decide with like when you are drawing something with some standards, right? Then you can use these standards, right? So then center lines and dimension lines, right? Cutting plane lines, break lines, right? Those are some of the type of lines, right? And an engineering drawing doesn't have equal lines. The parts visible and concealed boundaries, center lines, and other details can all be displayed using the various choices. The following are types of lines. Those are the above things. Above lines are the types of lines we talked about them. Right? And then now we are talking about a continuous line. A drawing line or a continuous line is the most common. It's a visual representation of an object's physical boundaries. To put it another way, a continuous line is used to draw the real object. Variations in the line thickness are used. Thicker lines are used on the outside contour and thinner lines are used on the inner contours. Moving on. The hidden lines, right? Lines that are not visible to the naked eye can reveal information that would otherwise be obscured by the designs. The length of an interior step in a turned part can be shown using the hidden lines instead of section or cutout view. Now you can see the hidden lines in here, right? When we are using drawing hidden lines, we use some medium-sized lines, right? Then the center lines. These are commonly used to show the symmetry, right? So show the symmetry, right? Center lines are normally using to show the symmetry, like in it can be in circles, it can be in rectangles, in anything. We can use these center lines. Okay. Moving on. Then the dimension lines, right? Dimension lines have like 2 line types. Extension lines, right? Extension lines are used to describe the data being collected. 2 arrowheads separate the extension lines on the dimension line of the measurement, above or inside likewise. Right? So extension lines and the dimension lines were there, and the broken wave lines. When we need to represent a broken wave, right? We can break something like some contour from some depth, right? Some contour up to some depth, we can break that part, and then we can use that broken wave lines to show that. Right? Moving on. The cutting pen lines. Right? So cutting, you can see it when the cutting pen lines illustrate the path of the cutout in a cutout wave. This is like, let's say, this is a line, the inner arrowhead, the in front of the arrowhead. We can type a letter A, right? Then this is the AA section, right? AA cutting plane, right? Likewise. Okay. And then we are going to look at the dimensions and measurements. Right? Yeah. So in the picture, you can see we have put some dimensions with some tolerances. Right? So in the AutoCAD, we use these dimensions in horizontal dimensions, vertical dimensions, angle dimension, and diameter, radius, likewise, right? And we can put this dimension with these tolerances, right? So, and we use dimension styles when we are using these dimensions, right? We can manage the dimension styles. What is the style I need? I can edit it, right? So, and also these arrowheads and everything, we can change these line types and everything, right? We can use them according to our design, right? Okay, moving on. Yeah, then we are going to talk about the types of projections, right? Types of projection. That means normally we are using many types of projections. In here, there are mainly two types of projections: the first angle projection and the third angle projection. All right. First angle projection. What is this first angle projection? That is, it's like this. The previous slide. Yeah, I need to go to the previous slide. And in here, when we are using this first angle projection, you can see the green color object, right? That is, and in front of the green color object, there's a little arrow. Okay? That is the observer, and green color one is the object. And after that, we can see the paper, right? So in between the paper and the observer, there's the object, right? Then observer can draw the object in the paper as the observer see it, right? That is the front view, right? Then if he is going to draw the plan, the top view, he have to go go above the object. Then this is the top view, and other one is right view, right? And in here, when we are drawing the first angle projection, the object is in between the observer and the paper, right? So the symbol you can see in the left bottom side on the paper, right? And then the third angle projection, right? Third angle projection, you can see in between the observer and the object, there's the paper. That's how we draw the front view, right? That's how we draw the front view. According to that, we draw top view above the front view, and right like this. This is the arrangement of the front view, top view, and right view. In the first angle system, this is the arrangement of the views. We draw top view below the front view, right? This is the views arrangement, right? You have to everything you cannot remember in here, but these are the symbols, right, of first angle and third angle system. And in some countries they are using the first angle system, and in some countries they are using the third angle system. As I know, in Sri Lanka we mostly use the third angle system, right? Okay, moving on. And other than that, there are some other types of views also, like partial waves and some oblique waves, auxiliary waves, right? So you can see those things in the next slides. Those waves, orthographic wave, right? Actually, first angle and third angle waves are also included in the orthographic view. That's a core of an engineering drawing content. A 2D representation of a 3D dimensional object is called an orthographic view or orthographic projection. In here, you can see the front view, top view, and side view, right? The orientation of these views can be arranged according to the third angle view or first angle view, right? Yeah, moving on. And this is the isometric view. So this is also a 3D representation of a 2D drawing, right? So we draw this in a 2D plane, right? Using these angles, the 30 degrees angles, right? And we are going to know about, we are going to learn that how to draw some isometric views also. Moving on. Partial views, right? Part by part, we are going to use the views of partial views, right? Moving on. And then detail views, right? So you can see inside the blue color rectangle contour, there's a detailed view, right? You can see that part has been enlarged in a larger scale, right? And this detail is highlighted and viewed, right? That's how we use a detail view. Moving on. An auxiliary view, right? Auxiliary view means we can have a view on any other edge, right? Perpendicular to any other edge, right? We can use the auxiliary views, right? Moving on. And oblique views. There are some views like we can use as oblique, like in another degrees, angles, right? Those are the oblique views. Moving on. These are the sectional views. Sectional views we use in like this, like we cut it into planes and then we present it, right? This is the section, one section of this object. Likewise, the sectional views we can use. Normally, when we are drawing sectional views, we use the hatching, right? You can see the darkened area, right? The hatching, we call it hatching, right? Hatched area, likewise. Moving on, right? The full section. I'm not going to talk about the full section right now, but in the content, we are going to talk about the section also. Moving on. And this is a semi-sectional view. Like full sectioning means we cut that plane like fully, and then in semi-sectional means we semi, that's a part of a cut, right? And then broken out section, as I told you earlier, we choose some contour in some shape, and then up to some depth, we break it, right? And then you can see that broken lines also, and the section of that has been hatched, right? Likewise. Moving on. Yeah, this is the last slide. So these are the parts of the AutoCAD interface, AutoCAD user interface, right? In here, you can see the file tabs mainly, right? And then now you can go through it, right? File tabs are these, and application button, right? We are calling it like application menu also, right? And then quick access toolbar, right? And this is the ribbon area. In the ribbon, we can see more panels. The first panel is draw panel, then modify panel. You can see it, right? Then annotation panel, layers panel, block panel, properties panel, groups, utilities, likewise. Then the info bar, then view cube, navigation bar, right? Then status bar, right? And then the most important one is command line palette, right? Command bar, we call it. And these are the layout tabs, right? And then user coordinate system, UCS, we call it, right? Okay, likewise. So this is the end of this slideshow, right? So now we are going to open the AutoCAD. So as I know, some of you have not installed the AutoCAD yet. So I am aware of that. And then I will be like we are going to send you some guideline to install the AutoCAD, right? And then according to those guidelines also, you can install the AutoCAD software, right? Until then, I will be sharing my screen now, right? So with the limited time, I'm going to give you a proper idea. Now I'm going to start with the coordinate systems, right? How to work with the coordinates in the AutoCAD, right? Screen is not shared. I think now you can see my screen, right? Now, this is the drawing we are going to do now, right? So, with using these coordinates, right? Why we are using coordinates? We can just draw the lines, right? Okay, let's go. Let's go to the AutoCAD now. So this is my AutoCAD software interface. Actually, this is the software, right? When we are opening AutoCAD, I use the AutoCAD 2024 version, right? So when we are using this, this is the interface. Now I need to start a new drawing. There are several methods to start a new drawing, right? The first one is clicking on this button. Second one is clicking on these tabs. Like we can start new tabs, clicking on this plus symbol, right? I'm going to, right? Here you can see in a, like, it's just like an Excel sheet, right? A workbook, right? Likewise, you can open many tabs also. And also, now we were in here, right? Start tab. And also we can use the menu, right? So what it called, forgot the name actually. These are the names of the parts, right? Application menu bar, right? Application menu. And just click on the application menu and start a new drawing. Or otherwise you can start and open, you can open a file, an existing file. Likewise, in here also, you can just open a existing file, right? Likewise. And now I have opened a drawing, right? So this is my drawing, right? So I'm going to like go home tab, and there are some other tabs, insert, annotate, parametry, likewise. And also in this ribbon, you can see in this ribbon, in the home tab, right? You can see these panels like draw panel, modify panel, annotation, layers, and others, right? So let's go, first let's go with the line, right? I just clicked on line, right? And then in the command bar, this is movable, right? You can just drag it like this. You can place somewhere, right? Anywhere you need it, right? So I just clicked on the line, and you can see the line command is enabled in here. They are telling us specify the first point. That means click on somewhere or give the coordinate, right? Coordinate of the first point, right? So now I'm going to let you know about the line command. So I'm going to just click, right? So I can just like click like this. If I need to draw horizontal lines and on the vertical lines, then I can click on the auto mode. In this is the status bar, as I told you earlier, right? Auto mode, just enable the auto mode, right? Like this. Then it is only drawing the horizontal and vertical lines, right? Okay. Right. And other than the lines, there are some other one, a polyline, right? Line, polyline. What's the difference of line and polyline? Let's see. Like this. I can just draw the lines like in the line command, right? But if you look at the command bar, command bar, if you look at this, there are some other options also, right? What are these options? Arc, close, half width, length, width, likewise, right? That means in the polyline command, we can draw an arc. We can close the polyline. Close means, if I stop in here, then it is going to be closed. The end point and the start point, right? It is going to be closed. And half width, that is the width of the line. And the length of the line. And again, the width. Half width means we can give the half width. Width means we can input the full width, right? Likewise, let's go with an arc. In here, you can see how we can draw an arc, right? All the arcs are tangent. Then again, if I need to change to a line, then just click on the line. Or otherwise, you can see the highlighted letter, the L. In here, the highlighted letter is R. Likewise, you can just type L, right? Let's type L. I don't know where it is going to be typed, but just type and press enter R. Now, it's going to draw a line like this, right? Okay. And now in the line command, with the line command, I have drawn something like this. I'm clicking on that. I can just click on the lines and then they are going to highlight it. I'm not pressing any button, just clicking using my mouse, right? Just clicking, then they are selecting like this, right? And then if I click on the polyline, it is going to be clicked the full polyline, right? Highlighting all the components in the polyline. Right? That's the difference of the line and polyline, right? Okay, I'm going to delete all of this. To delete all of this, I can use, I'm going to let you know how to, like, what are the selecting methods, right? Window selecting, right? So if you click on somewhere here and just move your cursor freely, right? You can see in this drawing we have done with the line command, right? Now, this line, I'm going to cover, fully cover. Then it is going to be highlighted. Others are not highlighted. Fully covered components are going to be highlighted, right? I'm stopping in here, right? I just stopped it here, right? In this limit, but this line is not highlighted, but fully covered lines are highlighted. But if you go to the left side, in here, partially covered lines also going to be highlighted. See, partially covered lines are also going to be highlighted, right? If you go along the right side, that window is blue color, right? And if you go to the left right, that window is green color, right? Both the ways we use when we are designing something. Up to our design, up to how we are going to design it, up to what is our requirement. Right? Okay, then now let's see. Let's say I need to start. I need to draw a line. Start with 0, 0. This is a Cartesian plane, right? 0, 0 point, and it is ending with the 10, 10 point, right? 10, 10 point, right? So how I'm going to do that is take the line command and then I'm just type 10, 10 and press enter, right? That is the end point. So I need to give that. Excuse me. First, I need to give the starting point, right? So go to line command 0, 0. Press enter and then 10, 10. Did I use my mouse? No. Then let's say I need to go to the 20, 20, 20, 20, right? Likewise. But that 20, right, in here, that is a relative command, right? That means the second line in from here, the relative to this point, the end point is 10, 10, right? But in this point, right, relative to the first point, the end point is 20, 20, not relative to this coordinate, right? this first coordinate is not related with this coordinate, right? How we can see that? Let's go and measure it. Let's go for a quick measure, right? From here to, sorry, no, let's go for a dimension, right? From here to here, right? It is 20. Did you see that? Here to here, it is 20, right? It is not relative with the origin, right? 0, 0. Why? I have turned on the dynamic input, dyne mode, right? Since I have turned on the dyne mode, it is when I am giving these commands, the coordinates, right? It is going with the relative coordinate system. And if I give some other coordinate, it is relative this. It is relative to this endpoint. Right? I think you get my point. And if you are not understanding, you can tell me. Right? I don't know whether you can turn on your mic, but I think you can use the chat and the other. Right? Yeah. Anyways, you have to tell me that if you are not getting my points, right? Okay. So then you may have a problem. Then how we are going to give a absolute coordinate, right? How we can give that? We can give that, right? We can use that absolute coordinate. How I'm going to do that is just turn off the dyne mode, right? In your AutoCAD, in your user interface, if you cannot see this button, right, just go to this point, the customization button, and click on that, and just click on the dynamic input, right? Then you can just tick on that. Then you can, like, if I tick it now, it is going to be disappear, right? I tick on it, it is appeared, right? Like this. And if you turn off it, now I'm going to give like 0, 0, right? And then the second point 10, 10, and again 20, 20, right? 20, 20. Now we can clearly see if I take the dimensions, right? It's 10 and 10. That means from here to here, it is 20. Right? It is relative to the absolute origin, right? The previous one is relative mode. This is the absolute mode, right? Okay. So then let's go to our exercise, right? Today, I'm going to do I do the exercise, right? And but in the next day, I will be giving you the exercises, right? And yeah, now these are my coordinates, right? What are the coordinates? I'm placing it somewhere here, right? And my AutoCAD is somewhere here, right? As I feel, this is according to the absolute coordinate system, right? So let's go. I'm going to have the line command and the line command. Yeah, now I'm sure line command is enabled because of I'm looking at this command bar, right? Then in there, it shows me this is a line command is enabled. And then I just type 100, 100 and press enter. 105, 100 and press enter, right? But I cannot see anything. It is in here, right? Because 100 means, right? Now I'm just turned off the relative dyne mode, right? And this is my origin, and something is drawing in here. So let's go, right? Then third point, 105, 102. Okay, 109, I'm not using my mouse, right? And 109, 104, right? Am I correct? 105, 104, 105, 106. This drawing, right? 109, again 106. Then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? 100, 1, 1, 1, right? Okay. Then 100, 109, center, then 98, 109, center, then 98, 107, center, 100, 107, 100, 105, 102, 105, right? 102, 101, 100, 101, right? Then now we can close it, right? Likewise, this is the picture, and this one I have drawn it using the coordinates. We can draw it with the dimensions and everything, but now we learn about the coordinates because of that we draw it with the coordinates, right? Likewise. Okay, so you can take a picture, or otherwise I can give you this exercise too, the session, right? Okay, so next one I will leave to you to draw as an homework, not today, in the next day, right? Now we are going to look at the polar coordinate, right? So now you know about the absolute coordinate method and also the relative coordinates, right? So right, sorry for the silence. Okay, now we are going to look at the polar coordinates, right? So I'm going to share the screen again. Right. So using a line and an angle, right? So how we can use it? Just go to line command. Actually, I'm not going to teaching you to draw lines, right? I'm now still I'm teaching how to put the points, how to put the coordinates. But I'm using line command to let you know about that, right? I'm just using lines, right? The polar coordinates. Let's say there's a requirement, right? To start the first point from here, I just specify some point. Just I click on somewhere, right? I'm turning off the auto mode, right? Likewise. And then I need a line. The length is and the angle is 30 degrees, right? Let's go for that, right? So I need and length is 10 and angle. You can see I'm typing here, right? 10 and angle 30, right? 10 less than 30. It seems 10 less than 30, right? That means 10 angle 30. Length is 10, angle is 30 and press enter, right? So let's see what has happened. What has happened in here? Something went wrong. Because of I have turned off the relative method. I have to turn on relative method and then I'm going to start a line from here and then I'm just press 10, type 10 less than 30. That means 10 angle 30 and press enter. You can see that now, right? Again, I need length 5 and angle 60 and press enter. Okay. Let's measure it. Now I'm going to go to dimension, right? In here, a dimension. I need an angle dimension. So therefore, drop down this icon and go to angular, right? For that I need a horizontal line also, right? I just draw a horizontal line and go to angle. I click on this line and this line. Now you can see the angle is 30, right? Again, this line and this line, the angle is 60, right? That's how we draw polar coordinates. And also, let's say, turn on the auto mode, right? I just turned on the auto mode. And now I'm going to draw a line, right? I actually, like, if I turn on not auto mode, then my requirement is draw only the horizontal lines and vertical lines, right? So therefore, just I'm going to specify some point somewhere here. And I need to go 10 and press enter, right? And I need to go 5 upward and press enter. I use my mouse and show the direction. Just turn on the auto mode and go easily like this, right? Just type the length only because of already we have given the auto mode and use the mouse to direct it, right? Likewise, go 5 here and use the mouse and give the direction like this, right? And again another 5, right? In this direction, no, in this direction, again another 5, press enter, 5, press enter, and here, 5, press enter, likewise, right? You can draw these things easily using this polar coordinate, absolute coordinate, and relative coordinates, right? And I will give you this exercise. So actually, that is better if you do this exercise. Take a picture of this drawing, right? And if you have AutoCAD already, you can try it at the home. Receive the guideline to install the AutoCAD, then you can try this, right? Take the pictures. If you need, like I will give you these pictures to your coordinators, right? The organizers of this workshop, right? So then you can use these pictures. You can get the pictures by them also, right? So yes, yeah. Then to get know about some other modification tools, I will draw this one, right? So still I'm letting you know about the basic tools, right? Of the basic tools in the AutoCAD, right? So yeah. Okay. Let's draw this, right? Some of you may know, right? That's okay. So you can see this picture, right? This picture is that is better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This picture, right? So in here, now I know the total length is something some value about 300, and width is 160, the maximum width. And how to draw these? I just delete all of these, right? Where I am going to start, where I'm going to stop, and everything. So first I have to look at, now we are going to copy, right? Now we are not designing. Now we are copying, right? Okay. So now we have to plan, right? We need a rectangle like this. We need another rectangle like this, right? We need another rectangles in here. Right? Those rectangles have rounded edges, means fillets, right? So these three has the same shape, right? Same gap, right? Those things, right? We have these gaps and everything, but for the outer frame, we have every detail, right? We have every details to draw the outer frame. We don't need to calculate anything, right? So let's start with this outer frame, right? So I will take the rectangle command 120, 160, right? Go to the rectangle command, click on that, right? Just start somewhere from here, right? You know now, in here, you are in the rectangle, right? So in this direction, 120, you can see it is typing in here, right? Now you have to give this input, right? Then press the tab 160 and press enter. Oh, where is that? I cannot see that, right? Then I just type the command zoom, sorry, zoom and press enter. Zoom all or zoom center, scale, window, like I will go for zoom all. Everything I have drawn has to be zoomed, but in here I can't see anything. That means something hear me, right? And again, I'm going to share the screen. Right? So then let's go to that rectangle. Let's go to that rectangle, right? So go to rectangle command, right? Click on somewhere here to start, right? So you can see the highlighted one is 6.9 or something. So our rectangle is very big. But that, other than that, right? Right. Let me type 120 in there and tab button 160 and press enter. Right. So this is the rectangle. So you can zoom your drawing file with your mouse wheel, middle mouse wheel. Right. You can practice it. Rotate the wheel forward and the other direction, right? Backward. So then you can, you have to practice, right? And the other one, what is the other rectangle? This 100 rectangle, right? So for that rectangle, I have to use the midpoint of this rectangle, right? Because of it is like this midpoint and this line's midpoint is horizontal, right? Or otherwise I have to calculate from 160 minus 100, then divided by 2, then it is 30, right? We have to start it from 30 likewise. So that is easy as I see, right? Let's go 30 and start a one. Yeah, that is easy, right? So then go to the line command and start from here and draw a line 30 and press enter, right? And then from that point, we can start another rectangle, right? In here, you can snap that point, right? Snap the end point. I cannot see that end point. This is the end point, right? So how to snap that points? In here, right? This is the object snap, right? Or snap. Then if you turn off it, I cannot see any point in here. If you just turn on it, those endpoints are going to be shown. Why endpoints only? I need a midpoint also, right? But in here, midpoints are not showing. Then I can just click on this small arrow and drop down, right? And I can enable the midpoint, or I can enable the center point. If there's a circle center point, or this is a rectangle geometric point, center point, and nodes, quadrants, and every point, I can just turn on, click on, right? And currently I need only midpoints and endpoints only. Here you can see the small lines midpoint and this line's midpoint. You can see this line's midpoint and every point, right? I need just only this point. And I need to look at this is 200 and 100, right? This is 200, press tab, and 100. You can see where it is going to be typed, right? This is 200 and this is 100, and press enter, right? Okay. And now, I need another 2 rectangles, right? So it is going to be from 20 and 20, right? So let me draw another line, 20, 20, center, right? A couple of seconds. Right, okay. So then again, I'm going to draw another rectangle. The dimensions are 40 and 80. So starting from here, right? And then this is 80, a step, and this vertical length is 40%, right? Okay, so now I need to delete this, just that line, and also small line I can delete. In here also I have drawn another line. That is okay if you are not deleting it because of it is not showing as a thick line, right? So yes, now we have to put the fillets, right? So I'm not drawing this rectangle because of my plan is to mirror it, right? Therefore, I'm using the fillets in here, the rounded edges, right? So go to modify panel in here, right? You can see where's the fillet are. This is the fillet command, right?
I think ma'am have some issues from her coverage, so please wait for a few minutes until ma'am return.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Right, again, I will share the screen. Right, actually, students, I'm sure that this is this is not going to happen tomorrow and day after tomorrow, because of tomorrow and day after tomorrow I'm in my usual place. Today I'm in not my usual place, so that's what the reason. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow this is not going to happen for sure, right? So therefore today we will draw this and we will end up the session after drawing this, right? So go to fillet, right? Now we are in the stage that we need to give the radius. Now we know where the radius, that is radius is 10, right? So type 10 and press enter and point where you need the fillet, right? And again, press enter button. Why pressing enter button again? That means we need the command that we have used previously, right? Again, I'm just clicking on these two lines and again fillet. Again press enter and you see the fillet command again. We have two lines and again enter button. These two lines, again enter button, and these two lines, right? Now this has been disappeared. Okay? Therefore, I'm not doing that, right? Again, go to fillet command, right? These two lines we can give again. These two lines, let's try with these two lines, right? Others are going to be disappeared. So therefore, what I'm going to do is trim, right? Trim this middle part, right? Go to trim command. Trim command is in here. If you place the cursor on some symbol, then you can see the description and the name of that command is going to be appear, right? Click on the trim and I'm just draw a line in here, then that line is going to be trimmed. Again, I'm going to have the fillet command. Not need to give the radius because of we have already given. It is in the memory. Press enter button. Like this, right? Again, it's two lines, enter button. It's two lines, enter button. Right, again. Right, right? The outer line is now complete, right? So I need to mirror this part in here. How I'm going to do that is go to mirror, right? Mirror command, right? They are asking what are the objects that you are going to mirror, right? I'm selecting this object. That is a rectangle that has been drawn as a polyline because of I got the rectangle command. Not I didn't do this with the lines, right? And press enter. And then specify the first point of the mirror line. What is the mirror line? This midpoint, then They are asking second point of the mirror line. This is the other midpoint, that is the mirror line, right? Now the command is not completed. Erase the source object. If you need to erase this object, you can press yes. If not, you can press no. Right? Now it is complete. Right? And in here, so in here you can see these are three objects. We can draw one and then we can pattern it. Right? So we are going to draw one. So how we are going to draw that? Do we know this length? No, we have to calculate, right? 200 minus 10 is the full length, right? And then what is the gap between these? What is the gap? So 100, right, minus, I don't know how we can calculate this. We don't know that, right? So let that part, let's do that part later. Let's draw this one now, right? So from here to here, that is 200 minus 10. That means 190, right? I need a line from here to, sorry, line command. I'm drawing it somewhere there, right? From here to here, 190 and pressing, right? And then I need two circles. Yeah, I need two circles. Actually, that circle center line is from here 10. And then I will draw a line, 10 length line. From here to here also 10, right? Okay. And then after that, I can draw that circle. There are many ways, right? There are easiest ways also than this method, right? So anyways, let's go with this. You will be having new ideas, new methods, right? So I will turn on the quadrants. Then I can snap these quadrants like this. I can draw this shape with polylines also, right? That is better, I think. Right? So this is my shape, right? I'm going to trim the unwanted area like this. This. Okay. Right? And this is my shape, right? So now I need to move it from here to here, right? What is the exact point I need to move? That's what I need to calculate, right? So we know this gap is now R, that is the radius 10. Radius 10 is okay. We know this gap is 20 because of this is radius is 10, right? That means the gap is 20. 20, 20, 20 is 60, right? 100 minus 60 is 40. Then there are 4 gaps. Then we need 10 gap in here from here to here, here to here also. Then what I'm going to do is, and this fillet radius also 10, right? You know that? So draw a line, 10, right? Again, I go, yeah. Again, another 10. That is the geometry, right? Another 10, right? So this should be the center point of this arc, right? That is my theory. But you have you may have many interesting ways to do this, right? Don't frame with my design, right? You have the freedom to do this with another many methods, right? So now what I'm going to do is I need to move this, right? First, I'm going to tick on the center point snapping. In that way, I can snap the center point, right? And then I'm going to move. This is the move command. Click on the move, and then they are asking what are the objects. Select all the objects and press enter and specify the base point. This is my base point, right? From where to where? From here to here, right? Simple, right? Okay. Now I can delete these lines. Right, perfect. And then I'm going to pattern, right? How to pattern? Pattern means arrays, right? There are rectangular arrays, path arrays, polar arrays, right? Let's use the rectangular array, right? What are the objects? Okay, so my objects to array, and then press enter, but not in this direction. I have to change the direction. I don't need many objects like this, right? This is the array manager, right? So I need only one column, right? And 3 rows, right? So then in between, I need the gap, let's say 30. I think it is 30. Yeah, total and everything is okay, right? But the direction. So this is the direction. I just clicked on the direction. This is the direction, right? Now I changed the direction, but the gap in between, in between the rows, the gap is minus 30. Right now it is okay. Right? Minus 30. That's how we change the direction, right? And press enter. Perfect. Right? So let's see. Yeah, both are same, right? As I see, yeah, both are same, right? See, so that is easy, right? So if you know, like that is not easy for you, right? But because of after knowing every tool, that is very easy, right? So you have to plan it first, and then you have to use the tools, right? That's how we use the tools, right? Learning tools are very easy. Use the tools are have to go with a plan, right? Otherwise, you may consume more time to draw the drawings, right? So I hope you are very clear with this. If not, could you please raise hands if you have questions? Do you have any question to ask? Now it's the time to ask the questions, because for today, I'm going to wind up the session. But as I told you earlier, this network problem is not going to happen today for sure, right? So we can go with a smooth session tomorrow. It's not going to happen tomorrow. So do you have any questions, any problems to ask? If there are any blurred areas, anything, so I can explain it.
It's an amazing session, ma'am. Now, the perfect time to ask your questions. Let's make this Q&A session with Ms. Shavindya Herath an engaging and enlightening session. Feel free to ask the questions. Let's make this interactive session. If you have any questions, please ask us. Thank you, ma'am, for the enlightening session and the participants for your enthusiastic participations. To express our thanks, we prepared a virtual token of appreciation to recognize your time and efforts. We like to express our gratitude to Ms. Shavindya Herath with this virtual token of appreciation. Please accept our sincere gratitude, madam.
Thank you very much. See you in the next day, tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you once again, ma'am. So with that, it's time to bring today's session to close. Today's event has been truly memorable. Thank you for your enthusiasm and presence. Until I meet you next time, signing off as your moderator, Jakshika Shivkumar from SLTC Media Unit. Wishing you a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow with our third session of InspiHER CAD Mastery of InspiHER Tech version 3.0. And have a great evening.